Just take a quick look at this valve train here. This is on my 1835cc turbo motor. And this is a set of floating center shafts that I made up. And of course you check to make sure when you're on top dead center for the appropriate valve that you're doing the lash adjustment on, that you have clearance in between the rocker arm and the floating center, so that one, it maintains the position of the arm over top of the valve. That's related to some of the geometry aspects, as well as making sure you have that running clearance so that it doesn't bind during that lever actuation. So on this engine I run lash caps, you can see down in here, because they're stainless steel valves with double valve springs. This motor I've just tweaked about 6,000 on it, RPMs. So quite a bit higher than stock, and you can see here I can move that lash cap and you can hear there's clearance there. So this engine I run with zero clearance, or if you do measurement on it, it runs out about half a thou between the lash adjuster itself and the space that's available with the lash cap on there. Now when you run a lash cap, there has to be some geometry adjustments based on the angle that the valve is being pushed on, and that's controlled by putting shims down underneath the rocker shaft assembly here. Now when that's done, it should be done with a dial indicator and the cam card chart to know exactly where the opening and closing of the valves are in relationship to making sure you get the right lever action to maintain the actual lift from the cam card, or maybe even attain more if you do not cut push rods. Push rods are cut to compensate for geometry adjustments, moving the valve rocker arm in or out. So if you put a big cam in and you run stock push rods and you're pushing too far on the lever action of the valve train, then it puts undue stress on the valve train and causes wear, and you lose some of the actuation. Or sometimes you over actuate, but that causes friction load, so yeah, you get a little more lift, but it causes so much friction load at the valve train that you're losing power to drive through that. Plus these things, the 1-2 side doesn't oil as well as the 3-4 side, just the flow in the engine. So it's very important to make sure you have the correct geometry, so to reduce friction, and then to maintain the right amount of lash adjustment. So I've already checked number 3, I'm on number 4 here now. And all I do with this, and can't really do it with holding the camera in my hand, but you just do your lash adjustment, and I wind that down to take all the clearance out, then I back it off just slightly, just enough that that lash cap starts to move by finger. And through measurement again, it's about a half a thou of clearance, but I call this zero lash. Anyways, just some things I'm taking a look at on this 1835 turbo engine. There we go.